If your 2008 Ford F150 is sputtering, throwing a check engine light, and idling rough, there's a pretty good chance the EGR valve is the culprit. That little guy is the traffic cop for your truck's exhaust gases. When it fails, chaos ensues. Most people don't even know what an EGR valve does. Basically, it recirculates exhaust back into the engine to lower temperatures and keep emissions down. When it's clogged or sticking, you get a cocktail of bad performance, rough runs, and, my favorite, abysmal gas mileage. The worst part? An EGR valve on these F-150s can look intimidating because it's often buried beneath a mess of wires and hoses. You take one look, see all those tiny connectors, and think, this is above my pay grade. It's not, but you've got to be patient. Step 1 is safety. Pop the hood, disconnect the negative battery cable. I always use gloves, even though you'll look like you're about to perform minor surgery. Don't tempt fate. Electrical shorts and sparking wrenches are a bad combo for Portland's damp afternoons. Locating the EGR valve isn't rocket science. Stand at the front, look at the top of the engine. Usually it's sitting behind the throttle body with a pancake-shaped metal housing and a thick tube running to it. Take a photo with your phone before unplugging anything. Seriously, it's a memory saver. Undoing bolts for the EGR feels like they use a special brand of Loctite formulated by NASA. Use a 10mm socket, and don't be afraid to apply some muscle. Start with the vacuum lines and electrical connector, then move on to the bolts. Work slow, keep parts organized. I use an ice cube tray. Here's where a lot of people get tripped up. That old gasket. Don't reuse it. If it crumbles, gently scrape off the bits, but avoid letting anything fall into the intake. Even one drop chunk can trigger a whole new world of engine headaches. New EGR valves run about $60 to $100. Not pocket change, but compared to a mechanic's $350 ticket, you're saving enough for a rainy day IPA run. Make sure it exactly matches the part number. Ford loves making tiny changes mid-model year. When installing the new valve, line up the gasket first. If it slides around, dab a tiny bit of gasket adhesive, not glue, to hold it. Tighten bolts evenly, like you're checking lug nuts. Over-torquing can crack the valve body, which, there's no nice way to say it, will ruin your week. Double-check all connections, especially the vacuum line. A loose hose and you'll get a check engine light quicker than your buddy can text, "You missed a spot." Plug in the electrical, reconnect the battery, and do a key-on engine off cycle to let the system recognize the new part. Fire it up. If it sounds smoother and the idle isn't doing the cha-cha, you've probably nailed it. Pro tip, clear any engine codes with a cheap OBD2 reader. The light might linger otherwise, and you don't want to pass emissions with the dash glowing like Rockefeller Center. The satisfaction of tackling this yourself? That's the best part. Not only are you saving cash, you're gaining real confidence for the next time your F-150 tries throwing a tantrum. Trucks were built to be fixed in a driveway, not just parks in Portland.